Hey guys, Dave from Midwest Sports here to talk about one of the latest updates to Wilson's Pro Staff line. Believe it or not, this is the 13th generation of Pro Staff, and some cool design cues on this generation that kind of pay homage to the graphics of the older rackets, but just in modern packaging. So this is the Pro Staff 97L, L for light. So this is one of the lighter weight offerings in the Pro Staff line for this generation. Weighs in at about 10.8 ounces strung, which puts it about 8/10 lighter than the Pro Staff 97 and almost a full 2 ounces lighter than Fed's racket, which is the heaviest in the Pro Staff line. So 97L is just a really nice, well-rounded frame. Still has tons of control, tons of feel. It's kind of the hallmark of the Pro Staff family. Still makes use of the braided graphite and Kevlar construction that Pro Staffs have always had. You can actually see at the top of the frame, they've done a cool job here with clear coating, so you can actually see some of that through the paint on the frame. And then a little bit of a nod to the old cosmetics back in the day, sort of the red and yellow line around the edge of the frame like the old ones used to have. Still a perimeter weighting at 3 and 9 o'clock just for a little bit of added stability on off-center hits. So a lot of kind of cool Pro Staff hallmarks still remain intact in the 97L, just in a lighter weight package. Probably better for a player, still intermediate advanced, still for somebody that's hitting the ball in the middle of the racket most of the time, but maybe just wants something a little bit lighter weight. One interesting difference with the 97L versus the 97 and the RF, it's a 23 millimeter wide beam, so it's 1.5 millimeters wider. Makes the frame a little bit stiffer, maybe gives you a little bit more pop. It sort of seeks to restore some of the power, some of the stability you might lose a little bit when going to a lighter frame. It's also less head light than the 97 and the 97 RF. So these all seem like really nitpicky, minute details, but to a Pro Staff player, typically, again, it's a more discerning, more advanced player that does appreciate those subtle differences, and Wilson's done their homework to make sure that they're meaningful. Aesthetics, really, really cool. Again, control, feel, still here. No more countervail. That's been wiped out of the Wilson lexicon of racket technologies. So I think the Pro Staff player would welcome the control and feel that's here. You don't need countervail. So, but just a really nice update to the Pro Staff line. Some cool design nods to the old throwback Pro Staffs from back in the 80s. But yeah, this is the 13th generation, believe it or not. It's Wilson Pro Staff 97L.